Hi everyone, Frankie here at New West Reset. Welcome back. Hello. Thanks for shooting in and joining me here today. As you can see, today we're checking out the Trinity Lutheran Church here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The congregation established in 1899, as you can see there. There's a plaque on the church. The church is open, and I went in and I spoke to a lady there that works for the church, got permission. She said, yeah, you could take as many pictures, footage as you want, inside, outside. So yeah, I got free reign here. So there's a plaque there. So organized 1899, dedicated. So this building, this church was erected supposedly in 1910 and then rededicated after some renovations and additions in 1963. And after that, I think you'll see here that they've also added on some modern conveniences. For example, this sort of porchway is actually a ramp, a wheelchair accessible ramp, which we'll get into in a sec. But it's a beautiful old wooden frame church. It's not a brick or stone structure, it's all wooden frame, covered in schmutz, covered in that stucco. But it's quite a beautiful church for its age. It's been very well maintained. I see there's another plaque there. We'll go up and check it out in a second. It's got a steeple there, wooden steeple, with shingle roof on it. Those are asphalt shingles. Those were replaced on one of the many renovations. They said prior to that it was cedar shingle. But there is some interesting looking tech up on top of there too. I'll go around this tree here and see if I can get a shot of it. There's also a little one I'm noticing here in the corner, but it's hard to see. We'll go around to the other side, but there is some kind of a tick looking thing up on top there. But you can see, you know, the peaked or pointed windows, sort of Moorish inspired windows. And that's the case all around. And of course, you know, you've got to go up 11.4 million stairs just to get into the main entrance, which is weird because there's a door right here. But this door only goes to the basement. Well, not only to the basement, but I mean this door is for basement access. They did eventually knock a hole in this wall, they said, and add the stairway here. So this was in that 1963 renovation where they added access. But originally they were saying to get to the basement of the church, you had to go through this door only until they knocked a hole in the wall. But yeah, so that's strange and interesting. And you can see it's a retrofit door anyways, because it comes so close to the bottom of that window. So that probably wouldn't pass building inspections today. Let's check out this plaque. They've got the door jimmied open, so it might be a challenge, but let's check out the plaque on the front of this here. The historic Trinity Church. I'll just hold it there if you want to pause it and check out the rigmarole. Okay, so it says there too that they did some work in 41 and 62 and 96 as well. So very interesting. One of the oldest churches in the city. While we're up here, we might as well peek inside. It's a tiny little church, but by the narrative, one of the oldest churches in the city. The floor does slope downward towards that area, whatever you call it, the altar. But yeah, just a tiny little church. So yeah, very neat. Not sure where that goes. Oh, it's using it as a coat room and so on now. I don't know. But yeah, this is the ramp that they added for the wheelchair access. So we'll go around to the side. The front of the church is south facing, and it's on 3rd Avenue and, oh boy, 3rd Avenue and 8th Street Southwest, I believe. I'll get the more accurate address. But you can see this monstrosity here that they've stuck in here just to give wheelchair access. But the nice thing about doing that is it hides these Mudflood windows down here, which aren't just low windows. I mean, the dirt is actually above the lower window frame there. And it gets worse as you go further underneath there. It's hard to see, but yeah, those are some severely low windows. Going right down, you know, shooting right down into the ground there. Now they've got a, they really look after it because they have a landscaping company doing some work here. So that's nice to see. But you can see behind this ramp all these really low windows. Some of them are so old that they've left the old wooden window frame. Others they've added a little modern window there and put a little vent in there as well. But yeah, really neat. So there's that, the front spire there with that tech on top that I was telling you about. It still has the old brick chimney that's got about 1 billion coats of paint on it as well. That's pretty cool. Let's take a walk around the back side. This is the north side, the back side of the church here. Cute little windows there. Nice little details around them as well. And again, really low down here. I mean, these windows are ridiculously low. Let's see what we're looking at here for this foundation. Yeah, that's just schmutz that's been smeared on. You can see it's starting to crack there a little bit. And then there's that stucco, and they've put like pebbles, like little white stones in it as well. It's weird. It's like a 50s, 60s, 70s thing. They were doing a lot. Pretty weird. There's a funny little side door here with a set of stairs that have got to go up. There's the church grounds here. Just a tiny little plot of land. I mean, this thing has been here for a long time. Got a boarded up window there, and then two more really low ones right here as well. But you can see symmetrical, right? Very lined up. Underneath each main arched window, there's, you know, a little basement window there as well. And again, this is that stuff that they try to make it look like it's cinder block here, right? But it's not, because there, as it chips away, you can just see it's just pebble mix concrete foundation under there. So it's odd that this is kind of built out like this. It's kind of odd, but I guess for watershed that helps. But here they've had to put a piece of wood across here, prevent moisture and water and dirt and all that from getting in. Yeah, really neat old church. There's another building right next to it that's sort of painted with the same colors in a very similar style. So I'm thinking it might be the home, the preacher's house or what have you. It's just right on the other side of this little fence. So we'll go around and we'll have a look at that. Yeah, let's swing around the front one more time here as we make our way. Very impressed, you know. I knew that this church was here. I specifically came down here today to look at this church because I knew it's touted as being one of the oldest remaining standing churches in the city. But I think they can sort of try to get away with that narrative in the sense that because it's a wooden frame church, you know, they can use the old Wild West. Oh, you know, they built wooden frame churches first, and then later on they built brick and stone churches. Where now, because I'm finding churches just as old as this, if not a little older, because this isn't the oldest, it's one of the oldest, but I found some that were roughly this age, if not a bit older, that are made of red brick with stone and sandstone foundations. So it's not like they started with wood frame and eventually progressed. They were simultaneously, according to their narrative, they were simultaneously building masonry churches and wooden frame churches. So not a lot of stained glass on this one, I'm noticing. There's that frosted glass or that sort of textured glass that sort of refracts the light, but I'm not seeing any stained glass. So I don't know if there ever was and they've been removed or they just never had any. But yeah, none of these windows along the side here have stained glass in them at all. Another shot there, again that little bobule there, and then the interesting tech on top. Yeah, this interesting little house right next to the church here, or right behind it, I should say. Really low window right there as well. So I'm guessing that this was, at one point, the preacher's not so modest and not so humble abode. It's actually a good-sized two-story home. Nice brick chimney there. Again, that same sort of cinder block facade, right, where it's just, they smear it on and it's like a stencil that they put that block pattern into it, but it's not actually blocked foundation. You can see it's just the pebble mix. You can see it breaking away here on that edge. That schmutz is breaking away, and you can see the pebble underneath. But again, really low window, wooden frame, low windows there, like too low, suspiciously low. Then you've got to go up a whole schwack of steps again to get to the, what I'm assuming is the front door, the main door to this house. Got 2 here and then 5 there. It's a lot of steps just to go up to this modest little home. You can see anything under here? No, not seeing anything there. Not seeing anything here either, but you can see where it's, again, where they've just smeared it on and made it look like it's cinder block, but it's actually not. I think that's going to do it then. That's going to seal the deal here today. New West reset for the Trinity Lutheran Church here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Thanks a lot for shooting in and joining me here today. As always, let me know what you think down below there. Just beep boop bop it for me. And until the next one, have a good one. All right? Cheers.